This podcast is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
Yeah, but they're... You're breaking anymore.
Hello, and welcome to episode number 54 of the Botch Games podcast. I'm your host, Craig, and this is the Obligatory Role-Playing Games episode. This episode is put together, and I know it sounds kind of cheap because of the fact that we are a board gaming podcast, but this episode was put together because my other main hobby besides board gaming is role-playing. And that's probably super nerdy to some of you, but you play board games, you're just a nerdy sucket. And many of you started out in role-playing games. Times have changed since the olden days of D&D 3.5 and even those that came into 4.0. And it's time to talk about some role-playing games that are more suited to getting your board gaming friends and your board gaming compatriots and even maybe not gaming friends to try a little bit of role-playing. So this episode is special in that I'm going to do a segment where I talk about some games that are a step above a party game. I know that sounds weird, but they are collaborative storytelling games that are meant to build off of games like Snake Oil. But wait, there's more. Bad Medicine, some of the hobby apples to applesy kind of games that just came out, the collaborative storytelling games in card and board games, and they're one step above that. They're the next level. So it's an easy jumping off point to get some of your friends into role playing or even just to get their toes wet. Also, at the end of the episode, I'm going to do a special segment with my good friends Chuck and Alex, who you have heard on the show before, and we're going to do an actual play of a role-playing game called Millennial Apartment Hunters, but I'll talk about that whenever we actually get to the segment. But that's all I have for this little intro. We are back from vacation, at least as far as you know. You don't know when I'm recording this. Just gonna have to just pretend. Suspension of disbelief. We're back. I'm assuming we had a wonderful time and that we survived and no plane crashes. Resort didn't burn down. It was a wonderful time. It was a lovely time. We ate and swam and I don't know. I'm making all of this up. We haven't left yet. But as far as you know, we're back. No real news besides that because I don't know what the future holds. I'm not a mind reader. You're just going to have to pretend that everything is awesome. And we're just going to break away and come back. And I'm going to talk about some intro role-playing games. When you talk about role-playing games, there's usually a distinction between ROLL playing games and ROLE playing games. And I know that they're all technically spelled ROLE playing games, but the distinction is that there are two distinct styles of tabletop role-playing games. ROLE role-playing games are also called storytelling games, and they are normally narrative-driven. They're not so heavy on mechanics or die rolls or stat lines. They're more focused on the collaboration of the group in telling a story together, and that's what I prefer. There are definitely games that are more ROLE, role style games, storytelling games that are still mechanically heavy, such as a lot of the White Wolf games, the D10 games. They're very story heavy, even though there's definitely a little bit of crunch there. And then the other end of the spectrum is ROLL, which is still, it's still ROLE role-playing games, technically in writing. But the ROLL, or what you would call crunchy or mechanics-heavy games, are games like Dungeons & Dragons, 3.5, 4E, 5E, L5R, Legends 5 Rings, the Pathfinder games, GURPS, a lot of those games that are very crunchy and heavy and focus on a lot of the mechanics behind what you're doing. Memorizing spells, making sure you have components. And that's never been the kind of role-playing for me. I've played in a couple D&D games throughout my life. I'm not a huge fan. It's way too much for me. I'm more in the aspect, if you've listened to me before, you know that I majored in English, and I know I say that all the time, and you're probably getting tired of hearing it, but I write. I'm creative. I want to be able to sit and tell a story with my friends. So this episode and this segment is designed to kind of steer you in the direction of some games that will take you past the point of your thematic games, your thematic board games. You're building a story, not only, yes, you're playing a board game, you're trying to meet certain objectives, but the main aspect of these amerithrash thematic games is the narrative that comes out of the game. Or even on the party end spectrum, if you've played newer games like Bad Medicine from Gilhova, or But Wait There's More from the Bamboozle Brothers, News at 11 from John Gilmore and Company, where you are playing a hobby game designed around collaborative storytelling. The apples to apples for hobby gamists. Even a Codenames, where you are building the story of spies. At least that's the way we play it. I don't know how you guys play it, but we play it how we're building the story of a spy network. Or The Grizzled, where you're telling the story of World War I. There's a board game, there's a card game behind it, but the story that's developing out of the game. These games, these role-playing games that I want to talk about are in that same vein, except you're not using board game components. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't want to dumb it down to that level or try and pull the wool over your eyes, but essentially you're playing any of these type of thematic games, but you're creating the story out of a little bit of information on a sheet of paper. That's it. So that's what I got for you. So I just want to run you through a couple games, a couple names of games that I feel are a good stepping stone to bring your amerithrashy thematic, story-driven board gaming players into the realm of role-playing to get their feet wet. Firstly, the easiest game to talk about is called Everyone is John, designed by Michael B. Sullivan. And the main idea of the game is that one person is playing the GM, and the other people are all playing aspects of one person named John. And at different times during the game, each person's going to take control of John, like in himself. John is a tabula rasa. He's a blank slate. But each of you is going to take control of John and insert your personality into John, and then participate in that world doing ridiculous things. It's a beer and pretzels, sit around and laugh with a drink kind of game. It's easy, it's funny, nobody wins, everyone's having a good time, you're making jokes, you're having fun, it's silly. I strongly recommend checking it out as one of the earliest intro RPGs to move your group into this collaborative storytelling genre of games. The next game is something that I backed on Kickstarter a while ago, and it got fulfilled recently. We've played it a few times. It's very heavily modifiable into anything that you want it to become, and that's called Goblin Quest by Grant Howitt. Goblin Quest, you are all working together to build a story of goblins completing some kind of ridiculous task. In our game, we had to settle a feud between the goblins and the fairies, and we fulfilled that task by having a ceremonial, traditional fairy dance that the goblins had to put on in order to show respect to the fairy. It was stupid, ridiculous, and hilarious. But it's a game that, again, lets everybody be silly. It's a beer and pretzels-y kind of game, and it's heavily modifiable into anything you want it to become because the rules system is so light. You're just essentially drawing goblins on a sheet, and whatever you draw them to look like there's an outline of your goblin, whatever you draw it to look like is what your goblin is. It determines the aspects and the looks and everything of the goblin. And you're rolling a d6. If you roll a 1, your goblin's dead. If you roll a 6, it's like some kind of crazy ultimate success, and it's just silly fun. The way that it's modifiable is in the game, in the actual source book of Goblin Quest, there's a lot of different hacks, rules hacks. One is called Inigo Montoya Jr., where you're all playing as characters from that age who are trying to have revenge on the bad guy who killed your father, and every time your character dies and a new one of your characters comes in, because in all of these Goblin Quest style games, the main game and the rules hacks, you have 5 of your characters. So in Goblin Quest, if one of your goblins dies, another one of your goblins comes and takes its place. In Inigo Montoya Jr., if you die, your next character comes in and has to come in introducing themselves as my name is so-and-so, son of the Inigo Montoya character that was just killed, his full name, prepare to die. And then if that character dies, the third one comes in and you have to continue speaking your lineage the entire time of the path of your characters who had died and why you're taking revenge. And if you fail to do that, then that character automatically dies in some kind of ridiculous dramatic fashion. So they're just funny games. We played a rules hack of it where we played Bothans, and we titled it Many Bothans Died. And we were all trying to complete some kind of mundane task as Bothans, but because Bothans die all the time, it completely worked in the game and it put it in the Star Wars universe. Silly fun. If you want to go a little more serious from that, I recommend checking out a game called Questlandia, which was designed by Hannah Schaefer and Evan Rowland. And this is a 3 to 5 player game that is GM-less. It's a one-session game, much like Goblin Quest and Everyone is John. But in it, you're building a nation, and you're generating this world together, and you're all dealing with characters surviving through the downfall of the civilization. So you're collaboratively building up the civilization and then collaboratively breaking down the civilization and seeing the influence of your characters and how the characters are influenced by the world around it. It's a more serious game. If you want to, I mean, it's still got some comedy in it. It's still got, humor built within it, but it's on a more serious take. If you are not so much in the beer and pretzel stance and you want to get your group to a role-playing game with a little more substance and meat to it, this is a nice game to kind of set up how to work together to build towards a goal and then see how you are affected by the consequences of that goal. Also, they recently finished up a Kickstarter and will be putting out a game called Noirlandia, where you play as detectives and you're trying to solve some kind of crime together by building up the world around you and seeing how you are influenced by the world and how you can solve this crime. It's super neat. They're both super neat games, and they are highly collaborative, and I mean, that's what this whole section is about. I'm not going to keep repeating myself because that's super lame. So I strongly suggest checking out Questlandia. And these games are all building up to the granddaddy of collaborative storytelling game, which in my opinion is Fiasco. Fiasco is designed by Jason Morningstar and Bully Pulpit Games. It's been featured on tabletop. It looks like you would not be able to ever pull it off, but you'd be surprised how just sitting at the table and it's essentially Cops and Robber, or what's the old game? Yeah, it's essentially like Cops and Robbers from your childhood, when you all just kind of had this imaginary story that you and your friends told each other while you were chasing each other around with cap guns, except there's a little bit of rules to it. Again, there's still some humor because in any kind of collaborative game that I play, there's always a little bit of humor. But on the Bully Pulpit website, there are an innumerable amount of free setting downloads. They put out a setting a month that you can download for free that have a range from wizard school to surviving in the Antarctic to clubs in New York City in the 70s to everybody's playing soccer moms in the suburb. Like, there's anything that you want to happen in Fiasco, there's a module that exists either for purchase from a third-party site or just free download on the Bully Pulpit site. This game is definitely the climax of the collaborative storytelling section of games. It's going to take a little bit more thought process to get your group to work through the challenges that arise at the table. There's a little bit more crunch and mechanics to it because of, I'm not saying it's a crunchy game at all, but there's a little bit more crunch mechanics to it because there's a lot of world building that needs to take place ahead of time and establishing relationships, almost like actors setting a scene. It might be a little bit more nerve-wracking for your players trying to do this actory kind of scene setup, but the payoff is well worth everything that you're going through to reach this point. So start with some beer and pretzels games and work your way up to Fiasco. You will not have a bad time. 95% guarantee you will not have a bad time. If your group is the kind of group that tells stories together while playing a game, build yourself up to Fiasco, take a night, start out with an hour of Goblin Quest or Everyone is John, and finish off the night with a 2-hour session of Fiasco, and there will be stories that you'll be telling for years to come. Now, there are 2 or Now, there are a few other games that I want to mention which are a lot more on the crunchy side, which are a little bit more rules heavy. They focus a lot more on stat lines and meeting certain qualifications on your character sheet, building characters. And the first one is called Apocalypse World. Now, Apocalypse World was designed by D. Vincent Baker, and it's a game that focuses mainly on characters' relationships. And the game, while it's telling a story through a GM, is storytelling in the sense that you are trying to complete goals while also building relationships between the players and characters and using those relationships as advantages and disadvantages throughout the game. The original Apocalypse World, as you can obviously tell, is set in a post-apocalyptic world where you're playing survivors and you are trying to rebuild civilizations, or you're trying to scavenge for this, or you're trying to do all sorts of number of things. It's a story-driven, campaign-driven kind of GM-run event, as the same as a D&D or something of that nature, but it's not as rules crunchy. It's not as mechanics heavy as D&D. It definitely focuses on the story. There's still a lot of mechanical things that are happening underneath the scenes, but you are still together building this world. It's not like, I'm going to explore this dungeon. Okay, well, roll dungeoneering, and I'll tell you on this chart how you did. No, you're working together to build your scenes. You're working together to move from scene to scene and build relationships, and it's a beautiful, beautiful system. And the reason why I want to bring it up is that much like Goblin Quest and Fiasco, where you can just get pre-made modules and work within that setting, Apocalypse World is open license and anybody is free to do with it as they will. So from it have spawned games like Monster Hearts, which focuses on supernatural teenagers in high school, Dungeon World, which is Apocalypse World but in a D&D kind of setting, and Urban Shadows, which is an urban supernatural kind of game. So like Dresden Files, because that's what I want to relate it to. So there are a lot of different settings set in the Apocalypse World, almost like D&D 3.5 had the OGL, which let all kinds of things exist using the 3.5 engine, such as Pathfinder or D20 Modern or Spycraft or any number of World of Warcraft. The RPG, they were all 3.5 OGL. A lot of the games that are coming out using the Apocalypse system are referred to as Powered by the Apocalypse. So if you search for Powered by the Apocalypse, you can find a whole bunch of games that are settings that you might enjoy in this system. And it's still very much a storytelling game, still very much collaborative game. It's just got a little more crunch for those who want a little bit more mechanics. And then because I'm obligated to talk about it because it is the role-playing game that I am currently playing and am completely in love with it and want to own every source book for it, Edge of the Empire, and also Age of Rebellion and Force and Destiny. But they're FFG's new Star Wars systems. They are very much mechanics heavy. Everything has a stat, everything has a die roll assigned. But the interesting thing about it is that built into the die rolls are story advantages and disadvantages, which allow you to influence the story setting around you as you're playing. So not only are you using your blaster to shoot a stormtrooper, you're also possibly influencing the environment or influencing things in the future that will pop up because of actions that you've taken in the game. So you are working collaboratively with the GM. It is a GM-run campaign-style game, but you are working with the GM to kind of build this world as you play, just solely based on events that happen in unrelated events and unrelated die rolls. And I absolutely love it, mostly because I love everything Star Wars. But it's a fantastic system. I was a big fan of the West End D6 system way back in the day, and that was really rules crunchy. This is less so, and it has a natural story progression as you're rolling the die and using your advantages and disadvantages, or they're called... advantages and disadvantages, right? I don't know. I think that's what they're called. You're using those to influence the game world around you. So it has that feel of a Star Wars game where everything is a narrative happening while the action's going on. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is probably the most interesting thing that has come across my little section of internet interest and role-playing games, and that's called Viewscream, Viewscream. You can find it on Drive-Thru RPG. It is a game where each player is playing a different one of 4 characters who are all trapped on a spaceship, but everybody plays from their own home through Skype chat or Google chat, and you each have your own sheet and what you're trying to accomplish, and it is a survival game where you're also kind of forced into a bit of isolation because you're working from your own command station on your own webcam at your own home, and it invokes a lot of different really interesting emotions and reactions. In the game, there are like 9 different scenarios that you can play, and really fascinating. And you don't even have to leave your home. You can just meet up with some people online and play Viewscream. So I really recommend checking that one out too. So there you go. That's my little spiel. That's my primer for story-driven, collaborative, narrative role-playing games that I think that you should, if you're interested in role-playing, try to move your board gaming group into using these games. I'm no expert. I've been role-playing a very long time, but I'm no expert. I'm not even an expert at the normal board games that I talk about every other week. But that's my take on role-playing games. There's been some questions about what I play and what I recommend, so that's why this episode exists. And with that, I'm going to break, and then we will be back with the special segment for this episode, which is an actual play of the role-playing game Millennial Apartment Hunters, designed by James D'Amato of the One Shot Network. There will be a link in the show notes on how you can find this game. It is a pay what you want on DriveThruRPG, and it is along the same lines of Goblin Quest and Questlandia, where you are building this story together. I hope that you enjoy. It's kind of silly in parts, but we had a lot of fun recording it. Yeah, it'll be here after the break. As I mentioned earlier on in the episode, we have a very special segment. We're actually going to do an actual play of the role-playing game Millennial Apartment Hunters, designed by James D'Amato of the One Shot podcast and the Campaign podcast, who I am a huge fan of, and pretty sure that both the other people sitting with me are also huge fans of.
I love you, James.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
You and I are Patreon backers.
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So I am joined by voice, at least one voice that you've heard many times before. I think, Alex, you've been on
The, what was it? Fiasco episode.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
Did that actually come out?
Yeah. Do you feel bad about it?
Kind of. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard it.
That was
Did I?
David playing Chip Smokington and...
Oh, that one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
at least
yeah.
it's not the one I got really racist. Or was that the one I got really racist?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Wow, okay,
Alright.
great.
Alright,
Well,
yeah,
that's
alright.
a great start to this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm joined by editor Chuck.
Hi.
And Chuck and I have been role-playing together for a very long time.
Too long.
Oh, come on now. That's hurtful.
We don't even roleplay anymore. Oh, no, we do. We have a Monday night thing.
We do.
Never mind. Oh, man, I'm out of it.
So instead of actually role-playing, we're recording us role-playing.
Yeah.
And also, I am joined by Alex,
Hi.
who, as I said, was on the Fiasco episode. And did you do a But Wait, There's More with
I
us?
did... I don't know. Did we...
Oh, it went live.
Did
If
that
we
go
recorded
live?
it went live.
Okay, all right.
I do
yeah.
remember
That's
that, yeah.
right. That's right. We did record it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Weenie.
we're here to play a role-playing game because this is episode... I mean, I'm going to say it again because that's the kind of person I am. This is episode number 54, which is the obligatory role-playing game episode.
50.
Oh, is that what it is going to be now?
Yeah.
So every 54?
No, just this one, because we play role-playing
The
games.
new 54?
Whatever. Episode 54, the obligatory role-playing game episode. So we're playing Millennial Apartment Hunters, and as I said, it was designed by James D'Amato of the One Shot podcast. If you don't listen, you should. This is a game where we will be playing, you guys will be playing, people who are looking for an apartment, and all of the horrors of that. James designed a pretty simple little system, and because in the majority of the early parts of this episode, I was talking about some role-playing games that you can intro with your group to try and get them into it.
Easy ins.
Yeah, this is a nice easy in. It's a storytelling game. It's not real rules crunchy. It's going to be super simple, and it's going to be funny, hopefully.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
know
know
about
about
that.
crunchy
We're
rules.
we're not that funny.
We're not?
Yeah,
No.
I'm not trying to be
I don't-
funny.
I
No,
don't think
this
we're that
game
funny.
should make up for us not being funny.
Right.
It should
Okay,
build
well,
the funny
true.
for us.
Right.
Okay? We're
Good
fully
point.
expecting the mechanics of this game to make us funny.
Yes.
And if,
James, we're counting on you.
I'm counting on you, James. I will be playing your realtor, and you guys will be playing, I think we decided ahead of time, before the show started, we decided that Alex was going to be hunting for an apartment, and Chuck was going to be his wingman?
Quick Come up with a relationship right now.
Okay, so I am some sort of artist, and you are my patron.
Oh, thank God you didn't say muse.
I thought he started to.
He did start. No,
Wait
no,
a minute.
Patron's fine. Oh God, please no.
Okay.
You could be that.
I don't want an awkward sexual relationship to start for the first of our recordings.
And we will be
maybe
creating the Apartment Hunter, and this game kind of falls in line with the like HGTV's House Hunters or tiny house hunters.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So we'll be playing with Alex trying to pick an apartment. He's going to visit 3 of them. They're all going to be kind of ridiculous and have lots of issues and also maybe some good things. We'll see. And then he's going to have to pick one. Mm-hmm. We're going to start by creating the Apartment Hunter.
Yes.
First off, we need a name.
You're an artist, right?
Well, you're my patron. You name me whatever you want. You
let's
pay
try
me.
to stick as close to you as a person.
Okay.
So we'll just adjust your name a little bit, Alexi.
Okay.
Alexi?
Sure, why
You
not?
were totally the artist.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexi, the artist. Do we have a last name?
Alexi, artist person.
I'm not
That's
just
terrible.
looking at the boxes behind you.
I'm sticking with artist person.
You know what? You're an artist.
It's just
It's
Alexi.
just Alexi.
Okay. And the next question is age. How old is Alexi?
I feel like Alexi would be like a child prodigy.
Who's 50?
No, a child prodigy.
Well, like one of those child prodigies that like didn't pan out, and he's
Okay,
like,
I like that route.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're an ex-child prodigy, but now
Right.
you're 50.
We'll say 50s.
Okay.
But we don't ever say ex-child prodigy.
Right.
Yeah. We say child prodigy.
Child
Yeah.
prodigy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Subculture, which artist, we already figured that out.
Sure.
Now, we need to know your college major, if any.
Oh, I didn't go to college.
No, you went to college.
Oh, I did not go to college.
had to have gone to
An artist
college.
of my talents does not go to college, sir.
You went to Trump University.
That's
That's why you don't have a degree.
No, we can't do that.
Good point, good
that's
point.
true. He can sue me. I don't have anything.
So, no college.
No college.
All right. And your profession, which we already... Well, no. I mean...
College, N.A.
No.
Profession, N.A.
Profession.
Yeah, we could just say I'm just an artist, not
Street artist.
exactly by trade.
Okay. So, what's your actual profession, then?
Oh, it's got to be something ridiculous.
I mean, you work at
Oh,
Arby's.
what D'Amato already did my favorite profession, itinerant ditch digger. I mean,
Can't
do
do
the
that
grave
one.
digger thing. Can't do that one.
No.
But it's stuck in my head.
You work at Arby's because it
All right.
sounds like artist.
Right.
Oh my God.
So you can put your hand over your mouth and be like, Arby's. Oh, did you say artist? Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
So I'm your a benefactor or
Patron, yeah.
patron.
You
I'm
believe in my
actually just the
abilities.
manager at the Arby's.
Yeah.
And
Who
you needed
also is
someone to
really
give you
into
a
art.
ride.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. What is your reason for moving? Or would you like to do another question first, which is what city are you moving to?
Oh, what's an awful city to move to?
An awful city to move to?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the goal of this.
Oh, okay. Well, just throwing ideas in there.
City to move to. What's a good art city?
Columbus.
Okay, you're just biased.
No, it has
like
a
No, that's true.
It has a really good art
Is
scene.
it?
Good point.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huge.
I thought it smelled funny.
Well, that could be true.
It smells like art.
Smells like art.
Smells like art. Okay. All right.
Teen spirit
Columbus
and
it
art.
is.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're moving to Columbus.
Sure.
And why are you moving there? I mean, probably obviously because it's a better chance to get your art out there.
Hope.
Your Arby's art.
Hope.
Hope. You're moving there for hope.
For hope.
Great. Wonderful.
Yeah. Hope
Um,
that I don't die in a ditch.
how many bedrooms are you looking for?
Well, you need one for yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. I need,
You need one
for my
your studio.
for my studio. I need one for my favorite sculptures. One of my favorite
Oh, your
sculptures.
different studios.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
painting,
need. I need
sculpting,
Uh-huh.
rooms.
and then your metal art. So it needs to have.
No.
It needs to have.
Okay. All right, so bedroom.
Oh, and it has to have an apartment with a garage. Maybe we're looking for a house. We need a house.
No.
No, we're looking for an apartment.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're looking for a 4-bedroom apartment is what we're saying.
He's really hoping to
Yeah,
get big.
yeah. I mean, I'm underlining hope here.
4 bedrooms. And what style of apartment are you looking for?
Is there styles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, townhouse, ranch,
No, like
floor.
Art Deco, modern, contemporary,
Oh,
classical,
I'm way too lowbrow to ever think about that stuff.
Baroque. You want a Baroque apartment?
Gothic.
God, I think that's kind of funny, but
that's a thing.
You
that
probably want an entirely
head.
white space.
I think I'm gonna go
clean slate. You want You want brick.
We'll go
brick walls
modern
and-
because I imagine like a modern having like just stark white walls, and it's just all the furniture is gonna be geometrically shaped.
You got it.
Wait, you got to put your own furniture in here. You expect this to be?
Well, that's what no, I'm just saying like that's how I imagine. It might
All right.
look like I don't know. It could-
Now,
You're gonna make your own
I don't know if I said that was the last question, but if I did, it's a total lie. So name one desire for your new place.
I don't even know. Oh man,
light. No, good like windows and
Uh-huh.
natural lighting.
Mhm.
That's the word.
Those
Natural
are-
lighting.
those are good. Yeah, very big windows, bringing a lot of light.
All right, so lots of natural light.
Lots
is
of
what-
natural light, yeah.
Lots of natural light. Lots of natty.
Lots of things can make lots of natural light.
Lots of natty light.
Natty light. Oh,
Maximum you are willing to pay in rent, Alex or Alexi, I should say.
Patron, what do you think?
I don't know. At the Arby's, you make about minimum wage. So,
Yeah.
I only
About
give
a
you 32
minimum.
hours a week. 'cause
I'm
I can't count
underlining
on you
hope
for 40.
again.
So you probably make about $1,000 a month, maybe $1,200 a month. Bring
Okay.
home, take home.
Okay.
So you need a place that's no more than $600-700.
Okay. Yeah.
So 7?
We'll go 650. How's that sound?
Okay.
There you go.
Well, good luck. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, it's full of dreams, man,
Lastly,
And hope.
and hope.
I know I keep saying lastly, but
Mhm.
lastly, you need to pick a name and a hairstyle for the realtor.
What do you think?
Ooh,
What do you think? Well, faux hawk for the hair.
Yeah, faux hawk for the
Faux
hair.
hawk.
Good job. Good
Yeah.
call.
Really?
Faux
Yeah,
hawk.
because then I get to imagine him with a faux hawk
Oh.
the entire time,
Yeah.
which will tickle me pink.
Faux hawk. And his name is Faux hawk.
No. Putting too much thought in this.
Yeah, this is too much
It's gonna
thought.
be like
This is all editable material.
it's gonna be like Gary or something simple. No. We have to think of the most broific frat boy name.
Chaz?
Yes, Chad. Chaz.
Chaz.
Or Chad. Chaz.
Chaz.
All right, Chaz.
Okay. So now we are going to
With
start.
two Z's. Sorry.
What's that?
With two Z's.
With 2 Z's.
Make it
All
3.
right.
Wait, do I have a name? Do I have a name?
You can-
you gotta come up with your own.
You can find your name during the game. The only thing that matters is the hunter and the realtor. You're
Yeah,
a
I'm
supporting
just- yeah.
character. And in the game, it actually says that you can play with as many people as you want, and people just jump in and out of roles because there's always supposed to be 2 people that are looking. One looking,
Yeah.
and one kind of their backup.
The nosy neighbor shows up and goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You're the new guy moving in?"
Yeah. So the way that this happens is we have a bag.
Cats.
We have a bag full of tokens, and in the bag are green tokens, red tokens, and black tokens.
Creamy nightmares.
Well, we didn't have black, so we have cream, but those 3 color tokens. If you draw, we're going to draw 5 of these tokens, and then there's a numerical value that adds up to a certain number. So greens are 2, reds are 1, and then blacks are -1. And depending on what that total is off of those 5 tokens, it'll set the desirability level of the apartment that you're looking at. And then you have to use those tokens during the storytelling part to describe each of the rooms in the apartment. Green obviously being a good feature, red being a terrible, and black being something nightmarish or comically ridiculous. I think James describes this Kafka-esque.
Yeah. How do you pronounce
Kafka.
it? Kafka.
Yeah, Kafka. I was thinking Kafka from Final Fantasy VI, but it's definitely Kafka.
Well, I mean, I guess it could be.
It could be
It could be
Kafka-esque.
Yeah, I'm
Kafka-esque.
okay with that.
He's pretty much just a laughing, screaming clown. So
Yeah.
yeah. So for apartment number 1, let's draw.
And you, as the realtor, are giving the tour. So you're gonna
Yes.
you set the scene and we
That's right.
react.
Okay, so we have. Oof, that's gonna be fun. I mean, it could definitely be worse, guys. I'm just gonna say that.
My favorite phrase.
Could be
Okay,
worse. Could
so-
be worse. It was Mega Malone.
Yeah.
So the opening scene of the opening scene of Millennial Apartment Hunters on HGTV has just ended,
Mhm.
and you have both been introduced. And actually, you haven't been introduced at all, Chuck. You're just kind of standing in the corner looking angry, because, I mean, that's how you live your life anyway.
Give him a ride.
True. It's on company time.
It is
Yeah,
on
it's
company
true.
times. I'm
Yeah.
wearing my Arby's manager's uniform.
Right.
Yeah.
even though you're the Arby's artist.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're the Arby's artist on Twitter that makes all the like weird box shapes out of that. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him.
I don't
That's
know
Alex.
if I like that guy.
Yeah, that's Alex.
So I'm giving him a ride.
Adding that in. All right, cool.
All right, so the apartment is an actual. It's a 3-bedroom. It's a 3-bedroom. We're approximately 20 minutes away from work for you, and the rent price is right now at $750, which is a little over your price range, but we have this apartment. So
Are we already in character? No?
we are in character now.
Okay.
So it just came onto the market. I mean, it's in a decent looking neighborhood. There aren't really any problems, but I mean, it's a little over your price range. But if you guys are up for it, let's go inside and take a look.
Thanks, Chaz.
Are you ready? Do I have to go on break for this?
Really? I'm not. You know you're not getting paid for this.
Well, okay. All right.
And seriously, we have like a half hour we got to get back.
Just wondering. Okay.
No one even
Okay.
knows we're gone.
So I'm gonna go ahead and open this place up and let's have a look. So as we walk right inside, you guys can see that
Ooh.
there's a green token. I'll just say that out of character. No, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
So we have a positive. So as we walk in,
Why do you carry tokens around with you?
yeah, I just do that, man. It helps me sell apartments.
Do we get to keep those?
No,
No.
I need them back. If you want to keep them, we'll just add
The
it to
black
the rent.
one you keep. Or the cream one you keep.
Yeah. So, you guys, as we walk into the main section of the apartment, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you?
This is pretty big.
Well, immediately it is very spacious. I could put a ton of my actual not Arby's art up in here. You know
yeah,
me.
you don't want this place
I
smelling
do
like
paper
Arby's right off
mache
the bat.
sculptures all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
These
You can put it
these
up
are what,
in
like-
here.
Yeah, like that.
These are what, like,
See,
I'm
I
actually looking up. These are, what, like 15-foot ceilings?
12 actually.
12, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
You're a pretty short guy though, so it just seems taller.
Your hair's pretty tall.
Well, it helps the ceiling look closer.
Yeah.
So it's 12 foot, but I mean, there's plenty of big windows here, looking right into the main entryway. But the only problem is that 18 hours of the day the sun's facing into the windows.
Yeah, it is awfully bright right now.
Yeah, actually, because we are actually on the 32nd floor, we're actually closer to the sun in this specific apartment. So the sun is just sometimes painfully blistering.
This carpet is kind of crunchy. Is that just... Oh my god, this carpet's actually, like, melted.
Yeah, that's sun bleaching. That happens sometimes.
Oh,
You have
well,
Quite a bit
too many things in the sun.
At least it's big.
I mean, if you look at it upside down, it does look kind of like a Pollock.
Really?
Like
What is a Pollock?
Jackson Pollock.
Dude,
bro?
I work at Arby's. I don't care about
You're an art patron, aren't you?
Kind of. Effectively, I have a artist on the payroll. I guess that makes me... Does that? I need to reevaluate my life.
All right, so I mean, you guys want to take a look at the bedrooms? You want to take a look at the bathroom?
Let's do bedrooms first.
All right,
I'm
so
following you. I'm just...
Okay.
I take you down a little hallway right off the main section, and you come to a section that just has 3 doors.
So a section that has 3 doors.
Yep, a section, little hallway ends in 3 doors, and
Okay.
a green token has hit the table.
Okay,
Ooh,
I'm
that's-
going to open the first door, or the left one.
Yeah, this is the master bedroom.
What's that smell? It smells delicious.
There's a cook in there who cooks meals in this
God,
bedroom specifically for me.
Yeah, that's actually the first month of the cook is free, but
Okay.
after that it'll be an increase in rent. But yeah, there is a cook
Okay.
who lives here. His name's Francois.
Uh-huh.
He used to work at Arby's,
Oh, wow, really?
but
I'll recognize it.
then he
Wow.
got his culinary degree from Le Arby's in France, and
Oh, okay.
now
That's a good school.
he comes with the first month. It's a service that this apartment complex provides.
Okay.
So
That's actually pretty good.
I mean, do you smell that?
yeah, I told you I smelled it. It smells delicious.
Some good
yeah,
Arby's melt he's making.
I know.
He only makes Arby's food.
Hey, could you whip me up a cheddar melt?
Classic cheddar melt.
that's only if you guys are going to rent, but
Oh.
we got plenty more
Okay.
of this apartment
All
to see.
right.
So
Well,
Why don't you have cookies out or
the
something?
other 2 bedrooms kind of look the same. So I mean, if you want to look at the other 2 bedrooms, you can go ahead and open Open them. Let me open the doors for you. This is actually a red token.
Okay.
For those at home.
Oh, that makes up for the other smell. What is
Yeah.
that?
It's hard for me to describe. Yeah, we might have to go to the bathroom here in a sec.
Yeah, the corner of this building actually, these two bedrooms actually butts up against the city sewage plant, the 37th floor, the 37th story.
That's
it's
really
not
tall
tall.
sewage.
It's
bad.
actually Columbus's largest building, and it's the nation's tallest sewage treatment plant. And
Because you know Columbus, they...
Oh, no, I'm sure it's fine. You mean, you'll be doing some smelly art here. Oh.
yeah, so if you got any kind of chemicals for your sculptures or anything, that's probably the place to do it.
Yeah.
Start doing art with bleach.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's really.
I might just leave the room as it is and like it just be a conversation piece where all we talk about is the smell.
It's what's the word I'm looking for? The art that you know what I'm talking
Who
about.
art?
No, the art that's like
Disgusting.
performance art.
Oh, but who's performing this art? The
sewage
entire
plant.
city of Columbus, apparently.
It's a collaborative piece.
So the last thing you guys we have to look at is the actual the bathroom. So the bathroom's right over here on this section of the house.
Okay.
We got another red token.
Okay.
It can't be another smell check.
Where's the toilet?
Yeah, that's just a hole in the floor.
There's literally no toilet.
Yeah, the bathroom was actually designed in the style of like classic European, like Middle Ages European. As you can see, there's actually a gallows in the corner.
Okay. So that
why?
makes up for the water basin too. Is that where I'm supposed to like take a bath? Like in that giant bucket?
Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
smell as bad. But
Yeah, that's actually a horse's trough that we just repurposed into a bathtub.
Oh.
So it's a good thing that you're pretty slender because you wouldn't fit in there otherwise.
I couldn't fit my right leg in there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of like different.
I mean, if you notice on the floor in front of the toilet, quote unquote toilet, there are 2 footprints, so you know where to stand.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah, but
God.
there's nowhere to hold on to.
Yeah, you just lean against the wall.
The wall's 6 feet away.
No, you're standing at it at an angle.
I mean, if you want to break it in, go for it.
Oh, please feel free. Try out the amenities.
If you say so.
But we can't try the food from the cook.
Well, I actually do feel better now.
Yeah, the sewage treatment plant will do that to
He
you.
just threw up a bunch of curly fries from Arby's.
So yeah, there's some gallows in here. There's a horse's trough. There's
Do I hear medieval music playing in the background as well? Like a very scary...
No, my phone's going off.
Okay, all right.
yeah, that's not part of the ambiance.
Okay,
So
all right, cool.
that's the first apartment. I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean...
We could talk about it outside.
yeah,
We could talk about it outside, away from the...
it's not bad. Away from the smell.
So
I could get used to it, probably.
So back out of game.
Yeah.
After you see each apartment, you are supposed to give the apartments a nickname so we can easily reference them later on. So we have like crazy sewer stench.
Sewer cook.
We also have a month of cooking.
Wait, what was... Yeah.
The sewer
Month of
chef.
cooking.
We've got the
so you
medieval
remember what
Middle
it
Ages bathroom.
Yeah. What was the cook's name again? What were we...
Francois.
Francois.
From Les Arbis.
From Les Arbis.
Francois Stench.
Francois. If you want to write Francois on the
I
table.
think I know how to spell it.
Francois.
Frank Stink.
Frank Stank? Is that what you said?
Frank Stank.
Frank Stink.
All right, you know what? That's actually better. We'll go with Frank Stank.
All right, so now we are heading to apartment number 2. It goes to a little bit of a commercial break, and we come back and
Wow.
Sham. Wow. Jeez. And now we are at apartment number 2. So, we'll draw out some of these tokens here.
I don't know. Frank Stank was kind of cool.
Frank Stink's pretty good.
I'm going to shake them up.
Stink's not bad. Now that we're not there, you know what? That wasn't so bad. I mean, sure, it was more money a month, and it was less bedrooms than you want, and it's further away than you want to be.
20 minutes isn't that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay, so this next apartment is actually right about an hour away from where you work.
Yeah, I drive an hour and a half every day to work at Arby's. You know,
And we pull up,
but I make management money.
and you notice that it's a little bit smaller than you expected. A little bit smaller than you expected. He opens up the front door, and
Is that a full-size door?
It's a half door.
It is a full-size door.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that nice green token.
It's a nice
So-
entryway.
It is. Yeah, we just redid this as all brick entrance to get into the entryway.
It's a hall. There's a closet on each side of this entryway.
And you're on the first floor here.
Wow.
Oh, a walk up.
That's-
That's beautiful. The hedges are nice too.
Yeah.
And this apartment is actually right at $625.
Ooh, there you go. It's in your
Wow.
price range.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anything else you guys see in this entryway living area that you
I
guys
believe they call it a foyer.
that is exactly. Francois would love that you called it a foyer.
There's some nice gargoyles just hanging out in like the corner
are
there. They're
nice,
really
yeah.
nice sculpted.
Wow.
I'm pretty impressed by those.
Someone spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah, it's a nice medieval kind of dungeony look outside. But then whenever we get, let's walk into the family room.
That's
Oh,
That's a
okay.
red token.
Well, okay, well, why are the windows covered in brick?
what windows? I don't see windows.
Well, those areas, those squares over there with the brick.
Did those used to be windows?
Yeah, the problem is that whoever owned this before kind of wanted this to be, I mean, I'm going to be honest, they wanted to use it as a quote-unquote dungeon, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I'm sensing a theme here.
But we also have to keep this a family show.
agreed.
Oh, yeah, I'm still sensing a theme here. This is...
Yeah, let's just say they did some illicit behaviors here. So, everything's pretty sealed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not going to have any natural light, but there's plenty of fluorescence.
Yeah.
There's plenty of LEDs around all of the mason work.
That's
I mean, it is nice
very
mason work,
weird
though.
lighting. It's like almost bleach lighting.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sure you could.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be
you
pitch
could
black in
throw,
here.
You could throw some cellophane on top of those and change the color of the lighting.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
I do like that idea.
All right, well, what do you guys want to see next?
Just check out the kitchen.
See if they actually have a bathroom this time.
Well, okay, you know what? That's right.
Yeah.
Let's check the bathroom
Okay.
first. Oh,
Wow,
there is in fact a bathroom in here.
Yes.
that's a walk-in shower. Those are nice.
That's
Beautiful.
that was redone by the house staff.
Is that a bidet?
I can't yeah, but I wouldn't go near that.
Why?
It used to be a quote unquote dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
he did say that.
It's water.
Well, I mean, it's your own risk.
That's the whole point. You don't have to touch anything. You just spray it off.
I mean, it is a nice marble bathroom, though. I
It
mean,
is
look at
beautiful.
that sink. Oh my god.
God, and that's like a 3-row sink, 3 sinks in
Yeah.
a row, and a giant mirror going across. This lighting is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is open the door from the bathroom, and it lights the dungeon room. But
We can call it something different, but
the naughty room,
I mean,
the room of sadness,
that would describe my work pretty well.
lack of hope.
Yeah, right on the nose there.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of this bathroom was redone within the last 6 months. The owner of the apartment wanted to give the place a nice homey feel, at least a little bit in this place. So
Oh my God, are these floors heated?
yeah,
Oh,
in the
wow.
slab.
I didn't even notice that.
You could just live in this bathroom.
I'm gonna take my shoes off and just enjoy this real quick.
Yeah,
My shoes have
the
been off
slabs
since we
actually
got
got radiant lines in the floor that just keep it a nice toasty 75 degrees all the
Oh,
time.
It smells
It's
like
my
vanilla.
favorite degree.
It smells like vanilla cookies in here. Oh, that's just an air freshener. Never mind.
Yeah, I just plugged that in to make the place smell
Plug it
better.
in.
Okay, well,
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Yeah. So we got a couple more rooms to look at in here. What do you guys want to...
I want to see the kitchen.
The kitchen. All right. Well, the kitchen has a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, the kitchen has... it's constantly overrun by rats. No matter what we do...
Oh, is that sound?
Yeah, no matter what we do, there seems like there's always a rat just hanging out. I
Oh.
mean, most of them are friendly.
Okay.
Some of them, they're decent at helping out in the kitchen.
Is that one there?
I see one wearing like a suit and tie.
Yeah, that's Bob. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Is he like
He's-
my neighbor?
No, that's one of the rats that lives here.
Oh,
he
okay.
actually works day shift,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know why he's home right now. Maybe he got fired. I don't know.
Okay. Can he help me pay rent?
No.
Okay, so he's like gets in
So
for
they don't
free.
pitch in.
They help clean
So
Oh.
they're freeloading right. Yeah. What do they clean with?
their tiny rat hands. And
Well, I don't have tiny rat hands.
I think they have brooms that are small enough for tiny rat hands.
well, that's kind of
This almost seems kind of like a plus.
Oh, I mean, are
but
they friendly?
Rats naturally
Most
pee.
of them are friendly, except
Most
for
of
Butch, and just stay away from Butch.
Everywhere
He's-
rats go, they leave a
he's
trail
moody.
of pee. So anything they clean is just going to be.
I mean, think about it this way. I mean, you're a manly man, but think like pretend you're Cinderella,
I could do that.
and you just got little
You're going to sing to the rats.
you got little rats hanging out.
Maybe if I get this place, I will sing to them.
If any rats show up at Arby's, I have to fire you, right?
Well,
we can't handle that.
I'll make sure to tell them not to, follow me out.
One of the major
Singing to
things
them.
that you guys wanted was a lot of bedrooms. So why don't we take a look at the bedroom?
Oh, okay.
Bedroom.
Oh my God, my uncle's living here?
What?
He's living in one of the bedrooms.
Your uncle?
My weird uncle.
There's only one. There's only one bedroom. We got a black token. There's only one, and it's actually partitioned into 4 areas using silly string.
Okay.
What? Why is he living here? Can't you just kick him out?
I don't know. He doesn't talk. Like
Is he a squatter?
he stopped talking years ago, after the war. Side
Hey,
note: I don't know what
sir,
I'm talking
sir,
about.
you can't be Oh, he just pulled a gun on me.
Yeah, it's not loaded.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't trust you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
That's my
I'm gonna
weird
go
Uncle
wait in the
Jim. I don't know why he's
bathroom,
here.
Okay, I'm just.
I heard he went to Columbus, but why is he living here?
I don't know.
You can't get him out.
I think he might have been in one of the ex staff of the dungeon. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Seriously, you could just live in the bathroom over here. Let him stay in the bedroom.
okay. Well, you can't kick him out, or
And that's up to you. That's family business. I'm not getting my hands on
Okay,
that.
Well, all right.
So as you can see, it's one bedroom, but it's partitioned into 4 areas. We've just built up mini knee walls with hardened silly string.
Okay.
So,
Well, I guess that's easily replaceable if they fall. I
Yeah.
suppose.
just be careful.
No, he'll probably shoot you.
Yeah, just be careful. The silly string walls are kind of brittle.
Okay. I don't want to be looking at my uncle all the time.
Yeah. So that's apartment number 2. So
Okay.
what do you guys want to reference apartment? I'm out of character now. If you couldn't tell with my slight accent I was putting on.
I
it.
know, and I can't help but almost pick it up every time.
Yeah.
A weird uncle.
Yeah. I want to know why your uncle was there.
Yeah. That was weird for a horror token.
Well, that uncle's scary.
Like, how did he know that you were going to go to that apartment?
I don't know. Have to ask him.
Your uncle actually died 40 years ago.
Oh my God.
That's what it was.
Oh my God.
It's haunted by the ghost of your dead crazy uncle. There we go. That's more black token worthy. Oh my god.
awesome.
And his mother's name was Martha.
Martha.
What did you say?
We'll call this one
What did you say?
weird uncle heated bathroom.
Yeah, sexy bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's better.
All right, so
Names here, man.
normally all of the tokens get taken out and we're going to go through all the tokens in the bag, but every time a black token is taken out of the bag, it goes back in the bag. So there's a chance that
Apartment
it's just
3
going to get worse.
will be fun.
Yeah.
Because I certainly don't have to live there.
No.
It's true.
Okay, so we got some tokens. Mm-hmm. We got some tokens, and we need one more token. All right. So,
How far are we going to drive? This is, where are we going?
we are. This apartment is still about an hour, but it's in the opposite direction. So we actually had to go
2 hours.
back into the center of town and then an hour the
Right.
other way.
We didn't stop at Oasis.
No, we crossed the tracks though.
What does that mean?
We are on the other side of the tracks.
Oh, we're on the other side of the
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah, we're on
I
the
didn't
other side of the
realize
tracks.
Columbus had another side of the tracks.
yeah.
Well, it does now. So, the place does not look very safe.
Okay.
It's a little run down, it's a little beat up, but it's $300 a month rent.
Ooh, hey.
And
That's
you guys
really
could
good.
save a whole bunch of money considering you're having to drive an hour to get to work every day. I think you should at least give it a look. It's $300 rent.
Well, it is
Okay.
by the tracks, so maybe you can catch the train.
Maybe you could catch the train.
Maybe.
There's people jumping on the train all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, I did notice a
It's
lot of homeless people
Pretty
around
much
here.
free vacations.
Oh man. Free vacations. You don't even give me that.
You don't work full time.
You could take
wow.
weekend trips anywhere you wanted to go.
True.
Like Cleveland, Chicago. You could
Chicago's
go
a good
down
one.
to Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh.
You could go down to West Virginia. That seems to be a pretty popular destination.
Ooh. West Virginia. There's so many things to do there.
Like the Weirton glass factory.
Yeah,
Are you just
you know how
trying
much
to-
I like glass.
Yeah, I totally know everything about your private life.
And Ogle Bay.
And that, because that sounds cool.
See all the Christmas lights?
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at this apartment. So right when you guys walk in, tell me what you think. I mean, we've been putting some work
Oh, boy.
into it.
Now I know this is not the best, but really, your front door is a cardboard box entryway.
Yeah, that's something that...
Is this not a legal apartment?
I'm
I mean,
a fan of.
it's a cardboard box on the side of a warehouse.
I know that it looks that way. But the cardboard box is actually double reinforced.
Yeah. It's
Also,
pretty sturdy.
you never have to worry about locking yourself out of the house. You always have a way back in. You ever been running late in the morning, you forget your keys, and you're like, oh, now I gotta like walk to work and then somehow get into my apartment afterward?
You can always just have one of the homeless guys pee a hole into your apartment.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a point with the whole, like, locking myself out thing, because I do that a lot.
Yeah, you are old.
But it is... Yeah.
Hey, man.
I keep forgetting about that.
He is a child savant.
Yeah.
No, child prodigy.
He knows who I am. He's seen my work.
Yes, we all know
I'm a
that
huge fan of the cardboard Arby's boxes. I saw he made
Yeah.
a Firefly out of potato cake boxes.
Yeah. That was my work. You remember that, right?
I love potato cakes.
I liked it and retweeted it. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, he's my follower. He's my one solitary follower.
I'm a
on Twitter.
huge fan of your Arby's box artwork.
I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. That means a lot.
But more importantly,
Right.
this apartment.
Yeah, the apartment.
Never lock yourself out.
Great.
Oh, can we go in now then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a fan of the cardboard
Oh,
box. Is
actually,
that replaceable?
Hold on,
forgot
wait.
the keys?
I forgot the key. Just, it's okay.
Okay. Well,
Kick the door open. All right, we'll fine. We'll just put a new box on it later.
great. I was hoping that was replaceable.
Yeah. So the entryway is actually kind of lovely.
Ooh.
We've been doing a lot of work. We've taken away the industrial feel completely to make it feel more like a home.
There's a fountain here,
There is.
right there in the entryway. Look at that.
There is a fountain, but
Totally
it
doesn't look like a broken pipe.
No.
It actually is a broken pipe,
Oh, okay.
but
Well,
we have a filtration system in it, so it looks clear.
it,
I just wouldn't drink it.
it
Oh,
looks
but that
clear. Well,
smells awful.
No, it smells fine. The filtration system makes it smell like water.
but it doesn't taste like
But
water.
that's not water.
It doesn't matter. It looks like water and it smells like water. And if
All
it
right,
looks
yeah.
and smells
I mean,
like water,
it does look kind of cool and
But
like
it's still.
it may look refreshing, but please do not go in the water.
Look at the more. All right, this is just the entryway.
it is kind of glowing.
You got to see.
This
what's
is
in
the
here.
family, and this is, you know, we're into the family room,
Mhm.
and the family room we've been doing lots of renovations to make it look like
Wait, apartment with a family room?
it's the, you know, the main
The
sitting
living room.
area. Yeah, the living room.
Family room, living room.
Because he doesn't have a family.
Yeah.
He's all alone.
Yeah. My art is my family.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So my
It seems like he could be your family.
No, not at all.
strictly patron artist relationship.
Yeah, I'm just his boss.
Fair enough. So as you can see, the living area, the family room, whatever you want to call it. Where I'm from, we call it the room. But I mean, whatever you guys
Yeah.
want to call it. It's
Okay.
very spacious. I know you wanted spacious.
Mm-hmm.
It's got lots of artificial lighting.
Ooh, well, yeah, it's not exactly natural.
We put
but-
in light bulbs to make it look natural.
Well, it does look natural.
I can feel myself getting a tan off of all this light.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So many light bulbs.
And we also actually have 2 bedrooms. 4 bedrooms, I mean, it's just not going to happen in the Columbus. But we have 2 bedrooms,
Okay. Okay.
and I think they're quite lovely.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
That's-
a black token hit the table. But I think they're quite lovely.
The-
We've been putting a lot of work into them to update the place.
they don't really look like standard bedrooms. Are these just?
This is literally a monkey cage that you would find at like a zoo.
Yeah, and it's
Like the walls just
not
are
very big.
painted with jungle, and there's
And
like
feces.
some bars that I can climb up. It would probably be fun, but like I don't know where to put a bed.
Well, that's just one of the bedrooms. What's the other one?
When the Columbus Zoo renovated, we did get a hold of some of the old pens and
That
use
makes sense.
the terrain to make it have a nice natural look for you. You have plenty of rock formations to climb on.
but it's like vertical. It's not horizontal.
No,
It's just all vertical.
the bed is like 10 feet up in the air.
I've heard you. I mean,
Oh, okay.
It's a hammock up there. That
Oh.
the monkeys use. Is there a monkey still in that?
I don't know if I could climb that high.
I don't.
it's painted on. I swear,
I got a bum knee.
I don't know. I could see it moving. Is it just sleeping?
it's special paint.
That's really.
So I know that like the hip thing nowadays is to do all this like rock climbing. So we've set these up so that you can like practice your rock climbing every time you want to go to bed.
You'd be worn out when you go to sleep.
Well, that's true. I do sleep like a rock.
But is this two
When I'm
bedrooms
tired.
or is there another bedroom?
The other bedroom was actually the hippopotamus tank. So we're calling it the bedroom bathroom.
Oh, okay.
The bedrathroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So the other bedroom is also part of the bathroom.
Well, it is very spacious. I'll give it that. But
So there's no toilet. You just go and poo in the water?
There's a state-of-the-art filtration system, just like the one on the fountain.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen the
State-of-the-art
movie? We actually
filtration
got the
system.
technology from the movie Waterworld.
wow, that was a great film.
Yeah, it's like
It's like my favorite
2-liter
film.
bottle filled with charcoal
That's
floating in the middle of the pool.
yes.
That's
It's state-of-the-art. Top
No.
lower West Side Columbus scientist did
No, that's
countless-
literally Kevin Costner sitting in the corner cranking a pump.
well. That's actually extra if you want him to stay.
oh well. I do like
But
Kevin
honestly,
Costner.
Kevin
Oh my God, you're
Costner's
Kevin Costner.
He looks all cuddly.
Kevin Costner's career has not been too kind to him, so it's only a $25 a month charge.
As long as he doesn't
That's a
speak.
good. That's a good deal.
Right.
That's a good.
And
deal.
don't make eye contact with him, or it's an extra 25.
per time I look at him.
No, just the one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just the one time.
Gotcha.
I got $25 right now. I'm looking right at him.
Yeah.
Here.
I feel like people would
Here,
just.
Mr. Costner.
I pocket it. Chaz pockets it. Okay, you can have one look at Mr. Costner.
Hi, Mr. Costner.
And he just stares at you and keeps pumping the filtration crank.
with
I
his
don't know.
intense
I
eyes.
kind of like him.
So the other part of
so
this
charming.
is the rock formations from the hippo cage, which you can use as a bed.
Mm-hmm.
They're fake rocks, so they are a little squishy,
Uh huh.
Ew.
and it should be wonderful to sleep on. If you have any guests, or if you have wet art that you're working on,
I do like wet art.
God, it feels like a wet shoe.
yep,
I do like wet art.
it's all wet shoe feel is all the rage these days.
It's my favorite art.
But
It's warm.
and he gives like an exasperated sigh. There is the pièce de la résistance, which is the kitchen,
that was French. Ooh.
which is another black token.
Don't. It's.
There's no floor
What is
here.
that, what is that sound? Is this just an opening into nothingness?
There's just no floor. It just like ends off into.
I can't look into it.
Right.
it's just nothing.
It's actually the end of all space and time underneath.
Oh, I can't.
Don't look.
don't
It'll
look-
take
don't
it'll
look
take
at
a
it.
piece of you. But we do
Okay.
have ropes suspended from the ceiling
Uh-huh.
that you can swing back and forth with all the skills that you've gained in the
Uh-huh.
monkey pen
Ooh.
bedroom.
So they built
You
it
can
I
up.
do
swing-
see something way over that. Is that the kitchenette?
Yes, it is actually an island.
The fridge is there too.
Yeah, no, the fridge is mounted to the wall.
Okay.
So is the stove
Uh huh.
and a lot of your cabinetry.
Uh huh.
The island has the sink, so that way whenever you use the water, it just goes into the emptiness, and you don't.
It's not so bad. I mean,
It has a garbage disposer, and it just goes right
Just-
down into nothingness.
Right.
Just don't look in it.
Okay.
I think I saw something move way down there.
So don't look at the monkey painting, don't look at Mr. Costner, and don't look down into the emptiness.
Wow. I like this one.
I think, I imagine you
I mean,
would.
it is kind of like a performance art when you think about it. Swinging from rope to rope, it's like it's just
Yes,
like, amazing.
everything that you need is mounted to the wall of this room.
I love it.
Just if you slide off the rope, you'll probably be dead.
Ooh.
And
well, don't think you'd ever be able to prove that. If there's no bottom, he doesn't actually die. He
Right.
just falls
Good
forever.
point.
and-
Good point.
yeah, we don't know where you come out at, but there's no refund on your safety deposit.
Okay. Well,
I don't think you'd be able to use
I mean,
money at the end of space and
that's
time.
well. You don't know. Space bucks, man. They're all the rage.
Space bugs?
Space bucks.
Space bucks.
Yeah, space bucks.
That's not real.
That's real.
That's
That
totally
is,
not
that
real.
is a real thing.
So this is apartment number 3. Anything? Any other questions you have about apartment number 3?
Yeah. What's down there?
It's best not to wonder.
Will it cost me extra if I look down it?
No, you just
Oh, don't. I glanced.
it'll take a piece of you.
I glanced. I forgot my childhood.
You look
Don't do
over.
it.
You look over, and like his ear is wilted, and he's like, "I don't remember my childhood. I know I was born, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just don't look at it. Whatever you do."
So
Just-
we'll name this one The End of All Hope.
Ooh, but that's the thing. That's the reason I'm there.
And it's really cheap. It's only $300 a month.
It's only
It's
300 a
pretty
week.
cheap. Yeah, you could afford to.
What do we want to call this
With
one?
that extra money, you can put more ropes in.
And you could pay
And look at
Costner.
Costner more.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
You could always just order in.
It's true. What do we want to call this one?
The
You have
End of All
anybody
Hope.
that you don't
End of all
like, you
hope.
can lure them into the kitchen.
I don't hate him that
Whoa!
much.
Did you just ask us if we wanted to commit murder?
No, I'm saying if
Well,
you
like
wanted...
you said, we don't know if it's murder.
you don't know if
True.
they'll actually die.
We
They could
don't
just
know
go on
that.
a nice long vacation.
Yeah,
But I will say that
Where he makes-
any of the other tenants we've never seen again.
where he makes good movies.
All right.
Waterworld was great.
So now,
was, yeah.
you guys know about each of the 3 apartments. Now it's time for you, Alexi, to choose the apartment that you would like to rent. So, first off, we have the recap, which goes to commercial. We come back, and it's just the 2 of you talking to each other about the 3
Which
different
one
apartments.
will he choose?
Right. And you'll be, it says that you should name one thing that you most liked about each of the apartments and the one thing that you least liked about the apartments. And you should, at the end of this little discussion, agree to eliminate one of the apartments. So,
Well,
Well, it's Frank Stank.
Frank Stank. I liked Francois.
It's kind of expensive though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's way above your pay grade.
Well, that it was also by the
sewage-
sewage plant, the biggest sewage plant ever. I don't know how Francois lives in that.
I think it's the only reason you walk into the apartment it doesn't smell horrible is because Frank is cooking amazing things.
Yeah, it's like a
sorry, I don't mean to butt in, gentlemen, but he likes to be called Francois.
okay, yeah, Francois, man.
Francois.
Yeah, well, it's like a fake out, Francois
I
is
hate
there.
myself for saying it.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. In fact, I hate myself every time I say it, Francois. Hate
It's
myself
upsetting.
no more.
He hates himself, too.
I'm already self-deprecating. As
That was
an
the only
artist.
good thing about that apartment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Francois.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Well, what about Weird Uncle?
Francois.
Francois.
What about Weird Uncle Sexy Bathroom?
That bathroom was awesome.
It was pretty
that
great.
Bathroom was awesome.
It was pretty great.
But your weird naked ghost uncle is in there
yeah.
forever.
I don't know why he died with
And
clothes on. I don't know why he's naked.
gonna have to use the bathroom, won't he? He's a ghost. What does he do?
Ghosts
I
use the
understand
bathroom.
that. It's
They totally use the bathroom.
do they? Do ghosts use the bathroom?
I'm not quite sure.
I've never heard a ghost story about anything in the bathroom.
Well,
It's usually in the bedroom,
There's
right?
Bloody Mary that you say it in the bathroom mirror 3
Yeah, but
times.
that's not
she
real.
uses the bathroom.
See, of course she uses the
No,
bathroom.
listen to an episode of Lore. That's totally all made up.
Okay, so
So Weird Uncle Sexy Bathroom. I think that one's out because the only thing that's good about that one is the sex. Well, no, wait. Frank Stank is out.
Frank Stank,
Frank Stank is out because
you,
Francois, I got to pay extra for him, and if he's gone, then I'm left with all the crappy stuff.
He's a stink, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Across the street. Weird Uncle Sexy Bathroom. I mean, does have that nice bathroom, and then Weird Uncle, and then End of All Hope, which I kind of love.
I kind of do too, and I hate to say
Because
this.
it's got
but
Kevin Costner
I hate to say
and
this.
an abyss.
You can hang more ropes. Use the endless abyss as endless art space.
Oh my god!
He created a giant
For all my
system of
Arby's artwork.
architectural pulleys and scaffolding, and you have forever distance.
Yeah.
For
What if something
$3.50 a
lives
month.
down there and
you're
I
bringing cave drawings back.
Well, what if I like something lives down there?
What if it's your ultimate inspiration and muse?
Oh my god! All right, so I think we're gonna dump Frank Stank.
All right, so we are done with Frank Stank is
Frank
out
Stank
of
is
the
out.
equation,
Yep.
which is actually Francois, and he's sad.
Frank is sad and
Because now
still
he acts.
stinky.
The next day, he shows up back at Arby's and asks
He
for an
needs a job.
application. Yeah.
All
So
right.
after you've narrowed, now you
Francois, I'll give you a job back, but you have to put Frank on your application.
no
Then go.
no job for you.
No job for you.
All right, so you've narrowed it to 2. So now you need to choose a winner. So you two should now have a brief conversation justifying why the apartment that you are choosing is a good idea, despite its glaring flaws.
Well, End of All Hope is the cheapest. I mean, look at that. It's literally half our maximum.
Your maximum.
Well, my maximum.
I love that you just automatically made it $350 just because you knew you were going to look at Kevin Costner every month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what?
you have to.
Didn't I say it was 325 or did I say it was 350?
I thought you said it was 350.
Oh.
Weird Uncle's
Oh,
sexy
okay.
bathroom.
I'm
is
pretty sure your
625.
weird uncle lives there already, so that apartment is probably
Well,
taken.
we'll put it up to 375 because I mean, come on, I'm just gonna look at Kevin Costner all the time
Yeah. Does he just
and
take
ask
a flat
him, why
fee?
did you make Waterworld? And
Waterworld
Robin
was good. Robin Hood was good.
Robin Hood was good, actually. That was very
Are we talking Men in Tights?
no.
Oh,
The Kevin
Oh,
Costner.
that's
Robin
Carrie
Hood.
Ells.
I know who it was. I'm teasing.
I miss him.
He misses himself.
Yeah.
No, there's plenty of him to go around.
I mean, I could get into rock climbing. I mean, I am 50. I'm still
Ropes and pulleys, man. Ropes and
not
pulleys.
very spry, but I can get that way. Eat lots of spinach and protein. I could get into rock climbing and the ropes, and I'm skinny now, but I'll be pretty
honestly
buff.
would just lock that monkey cage and never open it.
Well, it's got bars, man. I can swing
Never.
on bars all day.
Never open it.
It'd be a good party room. There are a lot of parties in there. Me and all my artist friends.
And if the monkey turns out to be totally alive, which I absolutely still believe that monkey's alive,
Okay, well,
you could just throw the body in the abyss.
I can paint. Well, I want to paint him first.
On him or paint him?
Paint of him.
Okay. I'll paint
with
of him.
Paint me like your monkey.
Yeah, I could do that. Ooh, that's even better.
I didn't know how to word it.
Oh.
He talks like that too. He's a baboon. He's a baboon.
Paint me like all your other monkeys, Alexi.
That's what type of monkey he is. He's a
I
baboon.
think absolutely you should go
Yeah.
with the end of all hope.
Okay. And I mean, the abyss is just like,
The abyss
for
is
me,
awesome.
like what's keeping me there.
I would honestly spend the entire time I'm in there
throw
throwing things down
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, totally. Hour away, not that bad. Cardboard entrance. I mean, I could get used to that.
It's a replaceable entrance.
Yeah,
You can get
that's true.
a fridge box one day, a sofa box.
Yeah,
and
I
sofas
could
don't
upgrade.
come in boxes, but
I could upgrade.
Yeah.
That would be pretty nice.
you could just change boxes.
yeah, and it's got a fountain
It has the fountain.
with weird
I
water.
wouldn't touch that though.
It is weird water.
Yeah, that is weird water.
So-
It's awkward.
yeah. You know what? I think out of all
I mean, it looks like water. It smells like water.
probably water.
It's fluid. It's some sort of fluid.
yeah. So I think we're gonna go with End of All Hope.
End of all hope. So you have made your decision.
Yep.
You have signed the papers.
Mhm.
You are living in the end of all hope. So now the game is now over. The show is now over. Except
All right. Well, thanks. Oh,
at the end
3
of
months later.
at the end of the episode, there is a few months later, few weeks later, sometime later in the future. Okay? So, you must answer a few questions. You have to choose 3 details from your chosen apartment and answer one of the questions below for each. So, I'm not going to give you the choice. I'm going to give you 3 of these questions, and you're going to pick one facet of the apartment and work it into the story of the after you've rented the apartment. So,
right.
question number 1. How did you compromise?
Well, it was hard getting to the kitchen every single time I was hungry. So what I ended up doing is I had to save up. This took me a couple weeks of working at Arby's to save up for this. But rock climbing gear, like straight up, like the pike thing that you hammer into the side, I had to do that to the house. It damaged the house a bit, but now I have an ease of access to get over.
it
to
did moan a bit and it
Yeah.
grumbled and it sounded upset that you put holes in it.
Yeah, it's probably
The abyss moan.
Yeah, I'll probably pay for that later. But.
I'm already laughing at the next question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, we worked it out. I mean, it's a little difficult getting some food, but
Yeah, and redundancies in the clipping. It's really not bad. If he's like, "Hey, you
He'll
want to
just
make a sandwich?" Like, "Yeah, I'll go make a sandwich."
yeah,
And
It'll
if you
get
fall,
easier as we go on.
There's a backup clip and everything's fine.
yeah,
it's good.
absolutely,
It's good. Yeah.
great.
I've only fallen
still
once,
haven't-
but the backup clip
I
got me.
have looked into the abyss one time, and I lost a pinky, but you don't need that.
Well, my ear
make
still
melts.
hasn't come. Kind of like it's still withered.
right. I also don't remember my mother.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah,
So, other than those 2 things, what did you lose?
Kevin Costner,
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
the first.
Like
day.
seriously, the
You know what? First couple of days it was cool because he stopped doing the filtration system, and I was kind of
they
bummed.
became friends.
I
Though.
was kind of bummed. Well, he didn't talk to me still.
No, he didn't talk, but you guys
But, we-
implied it was friends.
Well, yeah.
But then he walked into the kitchen.
No. He went into the monkey room and started just working out for some reason. He was
Oh,
always
yeah.
shirtless and really pumped. It was
he was
weird.
buff for a
Yeah.
man of his age.
Yeah, and then one day he just got up, kind of stared at me really weird, like really weird. Like his eyes were twitching. and just walked over to the edge of the kitchen and just like fell in. Sang Waterworld as he fell.
So it's not implied that he's dead. He's just not here anymore.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah, he's gone.
He's not
lost.
in this place.
You've lost
right
He didn't
now.
take any of the climbing gear.
He's lost in time and space.
Gee, I hope he comes back.
How have you changed?
Well, I'm not really an artist anymore. I found that that's kind of like not great because it's a burgeoning market. I mean, people are making so much money from that these days.
Go ahead. Tell him what you do now.
But now
we went into business together. We both
I
quit
am
Arby's.
the co-manager of all the Arby's.
I quit, and then he hired me back.
Yeah, he's my assistant manager now. I tell him what to do.
I don't know why I did that, but
And you're still living in the 350.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why change? I mean, did you see my upgraded box? Look at it. It's like stainless steel.
Oh, excellent. I was really hoping that the answer to that was Kevin Costner.
that was a good pull.
So that's Millennial Apartment Hunters, everyone. So thank you,
pretty fun.
Alex and Chuck, for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thoughts on the system? Thoughts on the game?
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think with a someone who's good with improvisational skills is definitely going to thrive in a game like this.
Oh yeah.
And it's good to like bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, I like
ridiculous
it doesn't
ideas.
stick just one person with coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of just like,
Yeah.
if it's on the tip of your tongue, say it.
Yeah.
It kind of feels easy.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like an intro to Fiasco for me.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get your group into kind of a storytelling game that you're working all together, because Fiasco has a little bit of competitive
It's solo play.
storytelling.
It is competitive
And this is, it feels more collaborative to me. And
we're all working together
Yeah.
to screw that one person who's renting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Screw me, you did.
It was fun though.
I mean,
Yeah.
you made out okay except for
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Costner.
Yeah.
I would stay in that place. $350 a month. You just don't ever go into the bedroom.
I may have to go to another place with another actor in it.
Next time on Millennial Apartment
Dang
Hunters.
it.
Well, what are your needs? Well, it needs to be $800 a month or lower. It needs to have a live-in actor.
Yeah. Someone specifically who was on Waterworld.
It needs to have some sort of dimensional portal, good or bad.
Well, another thing I liked about this is it was very quick.
Mhm.
Like, how long did this take? What?
We're at about an hour.
Yeah, I
an
mean,
hour?
like an hour long.
Yeah, well, we kind of drug it out a little bit too.
It'll also be edited down.
Well, yeah, but like it was a quick
Right.
quick game, and I mean,
at least there's plenty of time
for
to play
someone
Descent.
who's never played. I mean, I've played tabletop RPGs. Thank you, Craig. But
You're welcome.
As someone who hasn't played them before, like someone in general, this might be a good, intro
Oh yeah,
to that because it's like
six-page rule book.
Well, one,
Heck
because
yeah.
it's silly, like how we did it, but at the same time, it's also relatable because if you've
Everyone's had to look.
if you've ever gone to look for a house or an apartment before, like you
Yeah.
totally know what the deal is,
Or watched HGTV.
or that, yeah. Yeah.
Hook it up. So yeah, again, thank you guys for joining me for the recording for the obligatory role-playing game actual play.
Actually, yeah. Well, wait, I don't know where I was going with that. Actually, thanks or something.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
And thanks, thanks to James D'Amato for letting us run the system. He gave me permission, even though I guess I really didn't need it. But it's always good to ask permission. But you can check out.
Please,
Yeah,
if anyone knows James D'Amato or somehow gets it to him, have the crew of the Minoc go through and hunt for an apartment.
nope.
Do it. I want to hear it.
No.
Come on. They could find an excuse to do it in the story.
Well, yeah.
So if you want to find Millennial Apartment Hunters, it is on DriveThruRPG on a pay what you want for it. There will be a link in the show notes. So please go check out James's work and stick around. I'll be right back to wrap this thing up. And that wraps up another episode of the Botch Games podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would also like to thank my special guests this episode, Chuck Korsten and Alex Punskar, who were gracious enough to sit in and play an actual play of a role-playing game with me. If you'd like to reach any of us on the show, the best way to do so is on Twitter. If you'd like to find Erin, she is at IrishMist1123. If you'd like to find Tyler, he is on Twitter at KNULL Marks 62021. That's nullmark62021. If you'd like to reach me, I run the main account, which is at Botch Games. I'm also on facebook.com/Botch Games, BGG Guild 2197, on Instagram, which I am very active on, which is Botch Games. Also, you can email me directly at botchgames1@gmail.com or craig@botchgames.com. And the last thing is that if you would like, you could go to iTunes or to Stitcher and leave a review or a rating, and it would greatly help others to find the show. With that said, that's going to wrap everything up. If you would like to find a copy of Millennial Apartment Hunters, there will be a link in the show notes, and thanks to James D'Amato for the Twitter blessing for being able to run the game. We had a blast with this episode, and we will be back in 2 weeks. We have some big things coming up. I know that everybody's already talked about it, but we have an episode coming up about Scythe. We have an episode coming up about Vast, the Crystal Cavern. So there's some actual board gamey goodness coming up very soon. So stick around, and it'll be in your ears before you know it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.